Sky Prophet, baby. Back with another video, man. I said it was gonna be a part two, but I'm just making another video, man, to finish up what I was saying. You know, this whole message. So a little recap. Like we are here for to use our free choice in all these little circumstances, situations that we encounter. You know, sometimes we're gonna choose wrong. Sometimes we're gonna choose right. Sometimes we're gonna choose what's gonna set us back. Sometimes we're gonna choose what's gonna bring us forward. You know, it's all growth. It's all evolvement. If you understand what evolving mean, it means that it means coming into this knowing and growing off of it. We all have that certain knowing. The thing is this, they got this saying, you don't know your left hand from your right hand. It's so many of us be like that. Was like that, still are like that. Because we know, we have the knowing. So how we have the knowing but don't know what to do? That's what that is. We be confused. We be thinking we know what to do. And we just simply know. Actions, the way we perceive it and the way we move forward with it, it don't be right. Because we wouldn't go through the struggles emotionally. You know, like I know better than to walk off of the cliff. Like I already know. It never happened to me, but my common sense, my experience, my knowing lets me understand that. That's something you're not gonna do because it's detrimental to you. Other things we don't feel the consequence. We don't feel the consequences behind them. It's mental consequences. It's anguish behind them. We don't see at the time because it's creating these thought patterns for us. It's creating these ways that we perceive things that's wrong, that allows us to put ourselves in a bind, to cringe ourselves up, to look at things with a blind eye. That's why it's important for you to understand consciousness. It's important. They got this movie, you know, like how they threw the bottle in the air. Long time ago, it's an old movie. They threw a bottle in the air. Now, what they doing is trying to throw the bottle back where it came from. Somebody threw it out of an airplane. So they trying to throw it back. And it kept coming and hitting them in the head. And they kept trying it because they know it came from up there. You understand? But perceiving things right, that's not what they was doing. That's how much we've evolved within consciousness. If you understand what I just said, then you understand how we are able to use our free choice, use our thoughts and our abilities and strengthen them. We've strengthened them to where it's impactful. It's impactful whenever we use our free choice in the right way. And I want everybody out there listening to what Prophet just said. Whenever we use our free choice, like in the right way, for the positive, it has an impact. We need to understand that whatever you're going to go through, good and bad, however you perceive it to be, because it's going to be your journey. It's your journey. The things that happen to you, the things you heard today is not what is not where I went and what I heard today. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be the next day. The way you think, the thoughts you get will never be the way mine's is. But it's a universal law to all of that. Because if we understanding, understanding, perceiving right, growing and evolving, then you gonna make them wise decisions and I'm gonna make them too. And we gonna make this world a better place. That's just what it is, basic principles of what we here to do. Now, barbaric. I had ended the video with talking about barbaric, and I was mentioning the energies, the ability, the inability to not understand how to compromise, the inability not to understand somebody else is as you are, as important as you are, has the same abilities that you have the same rites of passage that you have. That energy didn't allow humans to have that. We talking about overall. We talking about overall on this earth. Overall. That's why you could go back in time. They was warring. They was always at it. Like they was always at it. And that's not to say like we not at it in certain ways still. I'm talking about the spectrum of people in general. It was a lot of dark energy. Like Prophet said when I started these videos, like y'all all encountered it. You encountered it in one of your relationships, one of your friendships. Like you've encountered this dark energy. Many people with it. You know, there are a lot of people still walking with it, you know, just trying to hold on to it. You know, but like that's not the vibe we on now. Like that's not what spirit bringing us. Like that's not the knowing and the consciousness like we coming into. Like we coming to understand that's lame stuff. We coming to understand that holds us back. We coming to understand that that's wrong for me to think like that. Like that's where we at. So like all that dark energy, like whoever with that and all that, like we're gonna box y'all in the corner. We're gonna box y'all in the corner. Like, cause we learning how to live out here. Like we learning how to grow and evolve at a soul's purpose. Like we learning that whenever I look in the mirror, it's a soul in this vessel. But when I merge them, this vessel walks as my soul. You know, like we coming to these understandings now. You know, like a lot of things that was held back from us. You know, like they didn't tell you nothing about energy. You know, like you done went to church a bunch of times. Like nobody never said nothing about energy though. You know, like nobody never said nothing about, yeah, you it's good and bad. You know what I mean? But like when you talking about burning forever, like that's not our story. Like that's not our creator. Like that's not our creator. This is energy. So like when we talking Adam and Eve, like we talking about masculine energy and feminine energy. Like that's what we talking about. It's a balance within us that we have to find. You know, and I've said this before. I'm not justifying nobody, but I can understand, Prophet understands on a deeper level when I see somebody that's per se gay or something like that. You know, like I understand that is nothing wrong with that person. Is nothing wrong with that person's ability to think, ability to love. None of that. Is nothing wrong with that person's ability. It's just that person is living more within their feminine energy than their masculine energy, and vice versa. depending on the road. But like it's vice versa, and we look at it like certain people look at it like something wrong with it, and like it's nothing wrong with it. Like it's nothing wrong with it, and we need to start understanding that just as people with everything, like not that, just everything. Like if you don't like it, it's just not for you. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. Like if you don't like it, it's just maybe not for you. But because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not for the next person. Like we have to understand that, because that's the only way we would stop judging people. That's the only way that we gonna stop putting things on a scale to hold ourselves back, just as a society, man. That's what holds us back. That's why you have certain limits as far as what you think you can accomplish. That's the sole reason for it. Because there's limits everywhere within people's mind frames. And the limit that you can go, it's you don't even see the limit. You don't even see what you're capable of. Like Prophet don't know what you see. You could see a lot of good. Prophet still gonna outmatch you and tell you you don't see your potentials. Like you don't see how great, like how magnificent you are as a being, man. Like you really don't. None of us do. None of us do. Because that's not how we was taught. That's not how we perceive things. We used to looking at all of these limitations and what society calls the bottom of the totem pole and the top of the totem pole, and like all of these little silly concepts to just keep you thinking that you can't keep you thinking that you belong to a certain lane as far as who you are and your capabilities. And that's just not so. Prophet, I'm letting you know, and I don't care what ears tuned in. Like you are so beyond what you think you are. Like you are so much more knowledgeable and understanding, caring, and compassionate. However you want to put all that in there to a perfect ball. That like you have that inside of you. I've come to understand this. It's not if I tear them down, sooner or later, when I look around, there's nobody. I'ma feel worth anything, huh? What you think? We got to lift each other up, man. We have to, man. Like we have to use the energy the right way. This new energy. Because this new thing. Some of y'all been knowing me. Some of y'all been knowing me like before Prophet. Like really knowing me. But you didn't know Prophet. You didn't know Prophet. You didn't have a clue of Prophet. Because I ain't had a clue of Prophet. I didn't have no clue of Prophet. But I understand the energy. I understand the shift in humanity. I understand the shift in perception. I understand that we've evolved from back then. And we doing the exact same thing as we speak. And in the future, it'll be the same thing. Same look back, same all that. It's just gonna get better. It's just gonna get better. Like they gonna really get to go back and like, wow, man, y'all had to go through all of that. But that's gonna be the generations that's gonna have the right thought patterns. Like it started already. Like if you ever thought like a kid rebelled, like you ain't seen kids rebel. But it's not gonna be in a bad way. Like them kids is coming out and their souls are awakened. Like they coming out with the souls awakened because that's the times we in. We in the age of Aquarius right now. Like we in the age of Aquarius. You know, like if you understand metaphors, the Bible tells you that. Like go look at the story, go read it. It tells you the man with the picture of water. It tells you the man with the picture of water. But if you know zodiac signs, like that's the Aquarius. Like it's the age of Aquarius right now. So the times is changing. Like Prophet understand that shift. Like Prophet inner knowing knows that. I resonate with it on a deeper level than the average person, definitely. And then I say most people. After I say that, definitely. I'm always looking at things on a deeper level now because I understand that we go through things. We all go through things. We all go through things. So like for me to look at the next person and judge him according to what he go through or she go through, it takes from me. It takes from my understanding. It takes from me being able to evolve. That's exactly what it does. And sooner or later, you could be in that position looking at yourself like that. Still can't get out of that mind frame though. That keeps us at a certain level of understanding and knowing what we could do. You see somebody that's going through something, your motivation should be just that if that's what you want to feel. You feel like they're going through something, you better than them. So let that be your motivation to understand that a human can evolve if you want to think you better. Like let that be your motivation to understand that, yeah, we can grow out here. And stop trying to beat that man up. Help him grow. But we don't have those concepts together yet. It's still bad energy amongst us. It's just still bad energy amongst us. It's not overpowering, but it's still influential to certain individuals without a strong mindset, you know. So Prophet gonna say it just like this. You are what you eat, and you're not gonna be nothing but who you gonna be. It don't matter what you want to take on, what persona you want to take on. It don't matter which cape you want to put on. Like it don't matter. At the end of the day, you have to take all of it off, and you're left with yourself. Yeah, sure. You wake up and put it back on. You do that every day. You do that every day. Prophet assuring you that you can, but you got to know that you got to take it off every night. When you by yourself, when you think to yourself, when you know that's not your cape, when you know that's not your persona, when you know you're putting on the front, when you know you're supposed to be evolving because you can see the truth, but you're not allowing yourself to grow. Like you get these thoughts. Prophet know. Prophet know. Prophet come here to tell you that I know you get them. We want to hide what we don't know from people. That sounded funny, huh? We want to hide what we don't know from people. Meaning I don't know how to fix myself. I don't know how to fix myself. So I'ma hide. I'ma hide and act a certain way to make you think I'm fixed. We be hiding what we don't know, man. I'm telling you, man, it's so real out here with thoughts and the way you perceive them and how people take things, man. You have to almost watch who you speak to. You almost have to watch who you around, like constantly. Like watch what you taking in your ears and watch what you giving out your mouth. that's some law in prophet on here on this channel. On this channel, like that's supposed to be law. Because like we done did all the bull coning, like we done did all the infatuations, like we done did all the I think I know, we done did all of this. You ain't gotta never worry about me with that again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I quit. Like we done did that. We done did that. All of us at some form of fashion in some kind of way. Confusing our own little way like we all have been. But when it's time for you to make a free choice, make a decision, after you done got the truth you need, how are you gonna respond? Are you gonna react? Because remember what prophet told you, reacting is of the world. A respond comes from within, man. This energy done shifted. Like through our free choice, we have brought on this energy. We brought on this vibe through a bunch of different people, man, on this earth, man. A lot of us on earth. Overpowering the negative when it comes to making our free choices. Like we outweighing making negative choices with our free will, Like we more on the positive side of that. And that's what's allowing this shift, this energy. That's what's allowing it. It's almost like we reach a milestone like within humanity, man. It's allowing that veil to be lifted in a lot of us. It's being lifted and we starting to see the truth. We starting to understand ourselves as being. We starting to understand how mighty we really are. The powers we hold within. We starting to understand that everything we see ain't real. We are soul in here. We supposed to be evolving. We learning. It's lessons. It's lessons. It's bloodlines. It's generations behind us. It's growth, man. It's all, and you playing a big old part of it. You playing a big old part of it. Deeper than you know. Deeper than you know. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Prophet just asks this of you. Prophet asks this of you. And you staying firm on it. Whenever you making a decision, using your free choice, if you know that's not the right thing to do, don't use your free choice that way. Don't promote that energy. Don't promote that intent. Check out energy, man. Energy roll in a circle. We didn't understand that before. We didn't understand that. We just thought it was karma. Like it's karma. You get what you give. And you do. You do. You do. But it doesn't have to. It was deeper than we thought. We on the principles of if I push you down, somebody gonna push me down somewhere. Like in this, if I put these bad intentions out towards somebody else, then I'm gonna have them coming back around toward me. It doesn't have to be that way. It could be, it's all kind of scenarios to these things, to these situations and encounters that we be having, So energy, man. When you wake up tomorrow, understand this. When you cut this video off, man, understand this, man. Let your soul say thank you, man. Thank you, bro, that you getting some food from me. Thank you, man, that you wiping off the dirt off of the mirror, man. Thank you, man, that you allowing me to come forward, man. Like you been having me hiding in here. Like we mighty, man. We mighty out here. We trying to walk among with these vessels, man. We be like trying to make these personas too, man. However you look at prophet, that's what I want you to. That's how I want you to think I am. And that's totally different, because anybody that look at me, don't look at me. Please listen to me. Listen to me. Please, it'll tell you so much more about me than looking at me. It'll tell you so much more about me, listening to me than looking at me. But we don't get to them places within life, man, because the world beat us up. We get lost in these distractions, and our vessels expire before we get these knowings, man, before we wake up to these things, man. And it's over and over again, yeah. It's over and over again. It's over and over again, man. Cycles after cycles after cycles, man. Every time you're gonna come back, it's gonna be certain things you're gonna like. Certain things that you're gonna put above the rest. Like that's your preference. It's gonna be, you're gonna have your favorite color. When you come back, you're gonna have your favorite color. You're gonna have your favorite place. You're gonna have your favorite thing you like. You know, like you're gonna have all these things. That's what you're gonna leave behind when your vessel expires. That's what you're gonna leave, those things about yourself, to help you come back into your remembrance of self when you get back on this earth, with that old forgetfulness, man, with that old don't know who we be. You know, and then it depends on your level of growth, soul growth. You know, so taking advantage of these times right now, yeah, like it's a big part of a lot of our souls, man. We don't understand that, and I'm letting you know, it's a big old part of your soul these times, because you can't say that you seeing and learning and understanding things you have never before, off of the same information that you've been having, you know, your whole life. You can't tell it to Prophet. Like, I know what I come here to do. So like you fibbing. I'm gonna put it like that, bro. If you say you're not, we that's the process. We all encountering the same thing. Like, you're not no different. You know what I mean? Like, even to the point that you don't understand something. You're not the only one. You know, there's a lot of people that's not understanding things, man. You know, will we understand this? That story, the story are all mixed up by creation. That's right. Y'all agree with Prophet on that? It's all mixed up. We got it together a little bit and we getting it. But you know what never left? What has always been there? The feeling of the Creator. Always been there. That's always been there. That the feeling has always been around us. Always. Because it never left. It never left. But the words get misconstrued. We get confused about the words. We don't understand that. That make us argue. That make us don't know ourselves. That make us confused. They put us in the Tower of Babel. With a twist, though. With a twist on it, man. We gotta wake up, man. We gotta understand what's going on. You have to be wise. You have to face that truth when you presented with the truth. And your inner knowing, your within, your soul, your spirit telling you that's the right thing, you have to embrace it. Prophet letting you know that's what you have to do to evolve. If not, you're going to be still stuck in the same matrix, in the same cycle, in the same thought pattern. We meant to take ourselves out of these thought patterns of making ourselves feel like we less than, making ourselves feel like we not enough, making ourselves feel like we can't achieve it. You know, like making ourselves think like we just not good enough, like we don't have it in us. We behind. Like we're meant to get out of these thought patterns, because that's what brings us down, our vessels and everything. It's wear and tear. It's wear and tear. That's why almost everything that you do, if you think it's wrong, you're going to have a little thought with yourself about it, yeah. It could be one. Some of them just one thought and it's gone. we gonna have that opportunity because this free choice is so important. You have to have that thought so you could be presented again. What you gonna do though? Some of us not paying attention. Some of us not trying to pass the tests. Some of us not even understanding what's going on. We just moving. How we feeling? What we see? Like we just moving. Not on a growing level, enhancing level. We not doing that. But you need to start doing that. You wake up in the morning, bro. You a soul in that vessel. So when you look in the mirror and, man, I'm not good enough. That's that vessel talking to you. That's that vessel talking to your soul.